You are now listening to Trans Talk with JC Best and Dina Marie.
Hi, I'm Dina Marie.
We're just talking about trans shit.
I did not come to play with you hoes. I came to slay, bitch.
Most people who are trans have been through hell and high water.
The hardest part about being a woman is figuring out what to wear.
Yeah, buddy. Woo! You know what that music signifies. It's time for Trans Talk, baby. It is Sunday night, April 30th, and we are here live on air, 335 Flatbush Avenue, streaming live. I'm your host, JC Best, and to my left, the beautiful Miss Dina Marie. What's up, baby?
Hey, what's up, boo? What's going on?
Oh man, I'm feeling good, dog. It is though it's not really pretty out.
Wow. No, it was so beautiful yesterday, and now it's like not as beautiful. Like it's a lot cooler than I thought, and I have like.
And you
like,
looking about as good as you want to
myself.
look. Yeah, you look like the weather. What the weather should look like. You know, it's been so fantastic the last couple of days, and today it's cold, which is sad. Because that basically means that thousands of women, did not have the privilege of being catcalled today, and what a tragedy that is.
I know. Yesterday I was wearing this cute sundress and like my boobs were out.
Oh, I know they were hollering your name, weren't they?
Yeah.
I'll be the first to say.
Not really, not to any reason.
I'll be the first to say, genetic women, y'all are, your time, I'm telling you, is coming to an end. I cannot believe that y'all would complain about catcalling, which is really just a man taking precious time out of his day to give you a compliment based on a body part that he sees. I mean, I don't know. I just think it's just the most romantic thing. And can you believe that women actually do not like to be catcalled? Some of these ladies?
They can like what they want to. Some people like it, some people don't. Whatever.
I think women
some guys that like if they do it like really disrespectfully. Like if you do it in a nice way and you're like cool about it, like whatever.
I don't think it's
like I never engage in it. Like I'll just like if people say something like you just hear it, I'll like just smile or whatever and keep walking.
But you've got, I mean, deep down inside, it's got to make you feel.
It feels good, like it's validating for me, but like.
Thank you.
Just because, like, no, just like being.
You
like,
say it. Don't try to, don't hide
no,
it. Listen.
I just mean like being trans and stuff. Like it's good. It means like, I don't know.
You and me both, Bill. Listen, it's validating for me too. I want all of y'all to know, I don't care what you are, trans, not trans, cis, what, gay, straight. Look at my ass. And tell me I got a fat ass. Okay, I was in the gym today. I squatted 185 pounds 3 times. Do you think anybody even noticed, said anything? I was so hurt. God, I'm working on this ass. It's hard. Would love for somebody to say I got a fat ass. All right, whatever. Anyway.
You just want to pop that.
I just want to pop that funny one. My favorite term. I'm really happy today, Bo. This is good. I'm feeling good. How have you been doing?
I'm great. I'm feeling good. It was a busy weekend at work.
Busy weekend at work. Broadway Comedy Club was popping?
Yeah, Broadway Comedy Club was popping,
Fantastic.
Yeah, the shows were good, really good.
As always,
Dina
Marie is the manager of Broadway Comedy Club, folks. Please come on down for some fantastic laughs.
Yeah, it's awesome. We're open 7 nights a week.
7 nights a week. My
Great
favorite
shows.
comedy venue in the city.
9 and 11.
Shout out to Al Martin, Dina's father.
My awesome father.
Who hates
Love
me
him.
right now. I don't know. I just feel like he don't
I
like
don't know
me.
if he hates you. He doesn't.
He doesn't care for me right now, Dina. I don't know. I don't know what I did. It's not even like you
were telling me that the other day.
I don't know what it is. Hey Al, listen. I love you, bro. If you want to talk to me, come on down, man. We love you, dog. And I don't know why you upset, but you upset, come talk to me. Yeah, speaking of, you looking like Janet motherfucking Jackson in this piece today, but I don't know what you got. I'm trying not to look at you.
Shut up, JC.
I don't. You got some fishnet stockings on your upper body, and
It's not fishnet stockings.
Oh,
There's mesh in the front.
how I'm not supposed to say nothing? Can we do a little trans cam? I feel like it's been a while since we've done trans cam.
We didn't do it last week, right?
Yeah, can we bring back trans cam? How about some trans? Why don't you go ahead and stand up and take the mic? Because you look just so wonderful today. A little trans cam. Guys, this is a segment we call trans cam where wonderful Dina just takes the mic. This is like Wendy Williams' shoe segment, shoe cam. But instead we
You want
call
me
it
to
trans
take
cam.
this?
Dina, what are you wearing today?
Nothing. I'm
bro?
just wearing a black bodysuit with like some mesh in the front of it. I got it from Express.
Express.
Yeah, it's something different today.
It is. It's a bodysuit.
Some short little black shorts
Oh my God.
from H&M.
Now we know you got a man. I don't know if he appreciates you looking like you do. I don't know. Do you think did he approve of this outfit when you came out?
Yeah.
Listen, shout out to Dina's man. Hey,
Shame.
she might not be coming home tonight, bro. Go ahead and keep on letting her come out the house like that. Yo laws, nigga. That's all I'm saying. You look fantastic. We have a fantastic show today, folks. We're going to go ahead and just talk shit as we do. We did have a guest planned. The guest canceled, Mr. Hennessy Land. Mr. Hennessy Land was due on the show today. Hennessy, of course, is the co-host of the Kill Me Now podcast with Judy Gold, which is a very popular podcast. Also, the husband of Kimda Hennessy, who, is one half of the Keith and the Girl duo, which is probably one of the most famous podcast networks on iTunes. And Hennessy, obviously we're just postponing, but we would love to come on down. I'm so devastated that they're not here today.
Me too.
Just a little bit about Hennessy.
I'm excited about it. Yeah.
Hennessy is a transgender performer, male trans person, really great guy. We've had the pleasure of talking a couple of times. And can I just, say Hennessy is very vocal. This is a vocal thing. They've gotten he's had no hormone treatment. He's nothing. Like he's
Not on testosterone or anything.
not on testosterone, did not have a mastectomy, no type of changes, nothing with the voice. And he identifies as a man, and he posted a Facebook post a few weeks ago because a person called him out and said that they weren't a real man.
You showed me that the other day, right?
Yeah.
We were talking about that. We were talking about the whole situation and how we feel about it or whatever.
Listen, we were talking. Some people don't want to pass.
Yeah, no, that's what I was telling you the other day. There's a whole spectrum in the trans community, and there's a whole spectrum of like male or female, and you can identify as what you want, and like
I was
you
just
can be
talking
a male
to a friend about
No.
this the other day. It's just like there's a sexuality spectrum. I guess there's a gender identity spectrum as well.
Yeah.
Yo, people are different, man. There's 1,000. How many letters are there? It's not just LGBT anymore.
It's LGBTQ.
IAABCDEFG. It's a lot of letters. What did you say? I think there was like 63
It's
letters.
No, not letters. On Facebook, like the gender, I think thing that you can pick. I was hearing that it was like 58 of them or something.
58 different gender identities. People who identify as.
Because there's like trans male, trans female.
Trans female.
There's like gender non-conforming.
Non-binary.
Non-binary. There's so many different. There's a whole spectrum.
Two-spirited.
Even me being like trans, it's hard to like know all
keep
of them
up
or keep up with them. It's very hard, and I was telling you that the other day.
This is the thing. And people kind of get at me for this. I respect all of it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't care how ridiculous it sounds. Listen, this is why Hennessy to me is such not only important but just interesting character. He is a man. That's how he identifies. He's the husband of a beautiful woman. They have a happy marriage. This is a free country. You know, this is what it is.
Yeah, you know, like,
Who are you to say, you know, that a person should do whatever with their life? That is my opinion. Obviously, not everyone just, you know, agrees, but this is why we have the show.
right. Like, I'm trans, and, you know, I've been on hormones for, like 2 years now, a little over 2 years.
Right.
And, you know, but before that, I was still, like, I lived my life full-time as a girl for, like, 3 years, 4 years before that. And before that, I was very androgynous. So, like, it's a whole, like, spectrum.
Right.
Like, you know, and who was to say, like, you know, even when the 3 years or whatever that I was, like, living my life as a girl and I hadn't started hormones yet, like, a lot of people didn't even realize that. They were like, oh, we thought you already started hormones just because.
Before you started taking any hormones or anything like that, people were still.
Yeah, people thought that I was already on them. And then when I started taking them and, like, how much my face changed or whatever, people are like, wow. Like,
Right. It really is a drastic change. Yeah, and that's great, and I respect all of them. This is coming again from a conservative, religious, whatever the hell, background. You know, I do believe it. Let people live their life. And again, if there are people who dissent and don't
like,
have
what
opinions,
is it affecting you? How is it affecting you if somebody is living their life?
well, the whole thing about it is,
I mean, everybody has the right to their opinion. I don't care about that. But then don't go out there and hurt somebody. Don't go out there and kill somebody. Then don't be friends with them. Don't talk to them. But you can
thank
still,
you, sir.
like, just, like, whatever. Don't do anything to them, but still let them live their life, you know?
I guess people have, you know, what I've heard mainstream community, mainstream people saying, you know, this is like, you know, we're not saying anything that people don't know. Oh, well, if Caitlyn, for example, or if so-and-so doesn't get the sex changed, then they're not a woman. You got to go all the way. Nigga, who are you?
Well, now she said she got it.
And now
In
she
her
got
book,
it.
she
But,
had
you know,
it.
quite
People
frankly,
are still saying, like, that man or whatever. And,
Yeah.
like, you know, that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, you can, whatever, say what you want about Caitlyn. Like, you know, there's a lot of things that you can say about her. There's a lot of shitty things that she said or whatever. But, you know, at the end of the day, you still shouldn't, like, call her him or call her Bruce, because it's still, at the end of the day, it's, you know.
mainstream people, if you're tuning in right now, what Dina is talking about, you know, referring to Caitlyn Jenner as Bruce, is called dead naming.
It's even a lot of people in the gay community
in the gay
that
community.
are doing that. Like, I have a lot of friends, and I'll see their things that they post about Caitlyn or whatever, and then to see the comments that people write underneath, or even the stuff that they're saying, posting it, I'm like, wow. I'm like,
People don't
okay. I'm like, we're all supposed to be in, like, the same community. Like, I have so many, like, gay friends, and I support, like, all of them, and, like, you know, you would think that. I understand that she does shitty shit or, like, whatever, but, like, I was telling you the other day, like, I don't agree with anything that she says, and, like, she voted for Trump, you know, wow, but, like, and she's trying to go back and say, but that, you know, he's making mistakes or whatever by coming for her community.
She said, call me,
but
Trump.
at the end of the day, she's still saying, like, she still doesn't regret voting for him, and, like, I just don't understand. But also, I mean, to play devil's advocate, I also understand that she lived her life for 65 years as a white male, a white wealthy male. So,
Right.
you know, it's, you know, she was a Republican, like, her whole
God,
life.
listen,
Bruce,
first off,
so.
we're going to be talking Caitlyn later in the show, because obviously Caitlyn came out with a book, a memoir, and it is juicy as hell, and we're going to go into this later on in the episode, so stay tuned. We have opinions and stuff. I don't want to go into too much about Caitlyn.
Yes, we'll save that for later.
We'll say that for later, but just in terms of what you're talking about, generally speaking, whether it's Caitlyn or not, if a person
It's
identifies,
never cool to, you know,
yeah,
call
it's
them
disrespectful.
the other gender, or, like,
It's
not
disrespectful.
call them by the name, especially if, like, you know it.
I get it. From, you know, depending on your background, it's hard to process, man. You know, some of this stuff is hard to process, you know, but that's really, you know, it's about respect. It really is. At the end of the day, it's about respect. If I, you know, like you said before, that someone had tried to call you David, you know, which was your previous name. Who the fuck is you? Her name is Dina. Is Dina all over Broadway Comedy Club, and yet a comedian tried to call you David, right?
Yeah, but I mean, it wasn't a comedian that's there all the time. But still, if you show up and like, it's happened again also, like, but still, like, if you show up and you see me, like, my
Does she
cleavage is
look like
showing
a
and
David
everything,
dog?
like, are you like retarded?
People have this in their mind, that they are just going to make decisions for other people.
And not even that, the people that are like, oh, he, or they'll call me he, or they'll say like something like that. Like I'm like, or he said or something. I'm like, open your eyes, idiot. I look like more like whatever.
We don't have time for
Never
this.
mind.
I'm telling you, we do not have time.
Let me not get started.
Yeah, let's not.
And
get
the ones that are
started.
saying it, I look better than half of them anyway.
Hey, ain't that the truth, Roof? And that goes for everybody. I don't care if you're genetic woman, genetic man, whatever you are. You know what I'm saying? Don't listen. We all have our day in the sunshine. I like trans women. I like a little versatility. What's up? I'm gonna put it out there. I don't care. I'm raw with mine. I like mine with a little something extra. And what? That's my personal choice.
You're all over the place, JC.
That's right.
Aren't you? We don't know who you like.
I've done a lot. Yo,
Or
listen,
what, or
folks.
whatever.
Hey, I've had sex with a lot.
Guys,
All right, we go.
girls,
Hey, I'm gonna
trans
just say it.
girls, whatever. You're on the
I done
whole
had sex with
spectrum.
with genetic women.
You're on a roller coaster. The roller coaster of JC.
I done had sex
life
with-
of sex.
With women who bought they thing, you know what I'm saying? I done had sex with a couple dudes.
From preacher to porn
What's up?
star.
I'll say it. Let's be honest. I got some tapes out there that would make you blush, dog. What?
From preacher to porn star.
You don't want me to go
That
in
could
on
be your-
mine, bro.
That's gonna be the title of your novel.
I'm not gay neither. I know some of y'all out here, saying I'm, gay because I done fucked men. Hey, I'm trans straight.
Trans straight.
All right. Oh my God.
You're such an ass.
We just talking shit, folks.
I'm having fun today, bro.
So Hennessyland, so she canceled, but she will be on the show he will be on the show in the future, and we talked a little bit at an upcoming date, so stay tuned. And as far as just a couple little housekeeping announcements. Next week we got a very special guest host that I'm thrilled about, Miss Natasha Dreams.
Oh yes, she's filling in.
Will
For
be-
me or what?
Will be filling in for Dina Marie. I'ma miss you, boo. But since you got a man and shit, you know what I'm
Listen
saying?
up, Natasha. This is Trans Talk with JC Best and Dina Marie, honey. So don't try to come for my
Ooh.
seat.
Dina said, "Don't come for her position, boo."
Just kidding. I love
Natasha
you, girl.
Dreams, of course, is the adult,
Love you, girl. Just kidding.
the adult film actress, if you will, who we had on a couple weeks ago. Natasha is fantastic,
She
great
was
friend
great.
of the
I
show.
love her.
We've already talked about some really special surprises we got next week, so that's going to be fantastic. And you're going to be out. Is everything okay? I'm sure your fans and people want to know, why are you missing the show? I know, you might as well just say what you doing. This is the most important thing in your life. How could you not
What
be
is
here?
wrong with you? Shut
I
up.
don't want you to go, boo.
I think this is the most important thing in my life.
All right. You're not going to be here. Are you, but you good, though? You're going to be, you're handling.
I'm good.
You're going to be handling some other business. Okay.
Sometimes the girl just needs a weekend off.
All right,
man.
no problem. You do got a man, you know
I
what I'm
do.
saying?
He's amazing.
He is amazing. We talk about him so much. I want him, I'm telling you.
He's
Ja-
shy.
James, if
He's shy. He's not coming on the show.
why not? Hey,
He
bro.
watches the show.
I know he does. Hey, James, we love you, bro. Come on out and talk to us, man. We want to kick it with you.
He's watching the show, but he's not gonna come on the show. I told you.
We would love to have you on the show, bro.
I would love to have him on the show.
If you
too,
ever want to come on through.
not today.
So Natasha Dreams is guest hosting. I want to talk about last week's episode. Last week's episode,
You were
folks.
torn to shreds, boo. You were torn the fuck up, man.
Oh my God. Okay, so
Can I
last
curse on
week.
Facebook?
Last week we had Lord Ashley Hunter on the show, who is the executive director of the Trans Women of Color Collective, which is a fantastic organization
Yes.
of people that just do a lot of good work in the trans community, specifically in the, I don't want to say urban community or black community, but I guess minority community, with trans minority men and women, because they face a lot of, listen, a lot of homicide rate is higher.
Yeah, apparently, yeah, it's higher, and yeah, there definitely is higher in trans women of color.
Yeah, and also in addition to that, just discrimination and not
Just
being able to
this
find
year,
a job.
I think, she said like 9 or 10 trans girls,
I think
9 or
it's
10
now-
trans women of color were
have been
murdered.
Just
Year.
a sad,
Just this
saddest
year.
thing.
We're only 4 months into it,
Lords, we love you.
It's
Do great
scary.
work.
It's super scary.
Love Trans Women of Color Collective. We're partnering with them, for some upcoming projects. So really great stuff. But it was a hot episode.
It was fire.
Dina talking about
came for you.
Dina talking about I want to talk.
She-
Dina talking about I got torn to shreds. I don't know if I got. You know what?
I've been waiting for someone to come on here and put you in your place like that. But,
Ooh, that was a
I mean,
first,
it was
man.
a little bit like
That was the first, though.
I did feel pretty bad for you.
Yeah, usually I don't take L's like that publicly.
I think you were a little off because we smoked that blunt before.
Well, you just gonna go ahead and pour out. Yeah, we smoked a little. Smoked a little bit before, and I just wasn't as sharp as I usually was, and I'm very unprofessional on my part. And she came for me. She had okay. So first off, she had an issue with me because I complimented you.
Because of you said in the beginning of the show that I looked like Flashdance and you wanted to pour water over me.
Do y'all remember
And then
Flashdance?
she said this girl is in a relationship, respect her relationship, and that was very disrespectful of you to say you wanted to pour water on her.
Do y'all remember Flashdance from the 80s? It's an iconic scene.
I don't think she was mad about you saying Flashdance. I think she was mad about you saying that you wanted to pour water on me and how
Bitch, mind your business. That's what that's.
And then you tried to defend yourself and say.
Yeah, I sure did. That's between us. First off, the scene is when she goes like this,
and then she told me not to defend you.
And then I said that you looked that sexy because you had that type of sporty outfit on. And then she said, yeah. And come on, you can't talk about how you don't know what type of relationship we have. And then she said, oh, well, she's got a boyfriend. Maybe we do 3 ways.
What? No, we do not do 3 ways. What is the matter with you, JC?
You don't know what we got going on. This is my boo.
Get out of you.
This ain't my boo no more.
I was never your boo. I don't know how many times we have to say
Then
that.
she went on us about the fact, our first episode, if anyone has tuned in, our first episode, we talked heavily about the fact that at one point I wanted to name it Tranny Talk.
Yeah, she was real mad at you for that. She tore you up.
So, obviously Lourdes is a political activist and she's, doing social work. She's doing the important work. So I make jokes, okay? And she ripped me, because of language. Language is a big thing. And, comedians need access to all languages. I'm sorry. I'm going to argue that every single time. First off, we don't call it tranny
I still
talk.
stand my ground. I still think that, it's not a nice word and, you shouldn't use it. But
In
it's
the
also dependent on the context.
Depending on the
I
context.
do think the context is not the title of our show, though. So it's probably good that we didn't name it.
I agree.
Was wrong.
Listen, it takes us.
That context is wrong.
I am 100% happy that we named it Trans Talk, and it was just something we were throwing it out there. But from a comedic point of view, I believe that comedians need access to all words, and we went back and forth. We argued about this, and the whole.
Yeah, but everybody told you tranny talk was enough. Janice, Jeff, Shingo, a lot of people.
Which is
said
why
that.
we didn't have it. But I guess my point is, really quick, folks, we have our owner here, Mr. Joe Barber, bringing us, looks like fried chicken. Oh, my God. Yo, can we get, is this one, can we just hold this up to the camera?
I know, it's really looks delicious.
At this. Goodness,
It's
Joe!
tender.
God darn, you putting your see now they just playing. Now they playing. Now they bringing out. What is this? This looks like just chicken goodness. What is this? Coleslaw. We got ciabatta bread. Look at this goodness. Are y'all watching this? What's that lighting and angles like? Chicken sandwich with cheese. This just looks freaking amazing. Come on down, folks. We in here, man. Every single week, 335. Flatbush Avenue here in Park Slope, Brooklyn. Here, you take that. We got a little drinky drink too. What is this drink called, Joe?
That's
the
amazing.
love
That's
one
really
another.
delicious. That's the shot we did last time.
This
and
is
it tastes
the
amazing.
signature drink. Love one another.
So good.
Law of attraction. LOA here. This is LOA live on air. Cheers to that. Love to one another no matter what.
Well, I have a vodka soda.
Vodka soda
What's that now?
and love one another. I'm double fisting here.
I'm sure that's not the first time you did that.
Oh shit.
Jackass.
When I fist, I don't use gloves either. I want that to I want that to go on record. Okay, I don't use no punk ass gloves. I want to put my whole foot in your asshole.
That's not fisting.
I don't fist. I foot.
You're such a...
Arr, sexy. Only if I love you, I do. I don't foot everyone. That's only if we in love.
I mean, I just still don't. I don't get it because, like, I just... It's like...
You don't get fisting?
No, because it feels like it feels like you're putting your fist in someone. Like, what if you pull out, like, an intestine or, like, something?
I done pulled out somebody's spleen before. One time I pulled out,
Please don't
I
tell
can't
me,
even tell you the
baby,
thing.
or something.
Listen, you don't just have to fist assholes. So I have fisted a vagina before. It wasn't cute neither, because there's all types of shit in some of these. I'm telling you, I prefer vaginas that are bought. All right, that's just my opinion. You know, they don't have all the. I didn't even smoke today.
I can't take you.
Have all the problems that these regular genetic vaginas be having. But anyway, listen, we're comedians, guys. You know, we say shit, and sometimes we test things out, so we disagree with that. And then the other thing that she said, she talked about white supremacy, you know, being the reason for a lot of issues in the trans community and all that. Because, okay, listen, fine. You know, white supremacy has caused a lot of problems. Fine. Fuck it. White people are evil. Okay.
Wow.
Are you happy now? Like,
No. I mean,
God, what do they want? What do
yes,
people,
a lot of them, but not all.
what do people want? Yes, there's white supremacy. It's caused a lot of issues for minority groups. You know, it's problematic, man. You know, I don't want to say just Republicans on both sides of the aisle. Politics in this country,
it's awful
horrible.
on both sides of
The system is corrupt. It's unfair.
that. More Republicans there.
It is. We have an unfair system, y'all. This is not just for trans people. It's for all people. Blacks,
It is unfair. It's
minorities, women.
There's a lot of unfair systems.
But God darn, at what point? This is terrible because I don't want
A lot of things are outdated.
It is,
A lot
Dina.
of systems.
Dina, we do not want to.
The Electoral College.
Yeah, and we're
is one
working
of
with
them.
Trans Women's Colors Collective. We love y'all for real, but you know, and we love the work y'all do. But we did, that was a little bit of a tension because I say my personal opinion is at some point, especially in a free country like America, as for long as it's gonna be free, we don't know. You know, at some point you got to take accountability for where you stand, and you got to work. Things are unfair yet, but you got to keep pushing. We fighting for you. You know, fight for yourself. You know, go ahead, fine. You acknowledge white supremacy and the issues, but at some point you got to do something for yourself. Dina, do you disagree? You're white. I don't know. Like, listen, I'm not with this blaming white people for everything.
Well,
And
I'm not a white supremacist.
I will acknowledge white supremacy. I will acknowledge it, but I'm not about to blame white
Did you ever
supremacy
realize
for
that
all my
white people
problems.
that think that they're supreme are usually like least supreme people on the planet?
That's true. People that talk about white supremacy be the most white trash fucking rednecks in the.
Could be like Honey Boo Boo or something.
Honey Boo Boo. White people, bitch, shut your trailer park ass down. Sit it down.
It's true though. I mean, it's like
I'm not, but I mean, like, I'm not with blaming white supremacy. At some point, you do have to be accountable. How do you feel personally? Do you feel like the white man, the heterosexual white man, is holding you down to the point where you're not gonna make it? It's impossible until he gets his foot off your neck, or do you feel like you can fight regardless? I'm really curious.
nobody's
How do you
holding
really
me
feel?
down. I'm going where I want to go.
You're going where you want to go regardless?
The only person that's trying to hold people right now is not white. He's orange. So,
Ah!
I mean, But he's not holding me down. I'm not afraid of no Cheeto.
That's hilarious. She said, "Oh, Cheeto, small hands, little dick."
That's right.
Mhm.
Super small, super little.
We got guests coming in. Oh my God, yo, come on down, yo. I'm telling you, we got a
Hey.
mouthful of food here
Welcome to Trans Talk.
at 335 Flatbush Avenue. We got a couple people
Live on air.
So anyway, that was our issue last week. It was a crazy hot episode. She gave it to me. I mean, she dug in my ass, dog, and I just could not. I got it.
It's like you were a bottom for once.
Yeah, that's crazy. Hey, listen, I don't take nothing in my ass. I want that to be. I want to put that on the record. I might have done some alternative sexual things in my past. It's true, but I don't even come near my butt.
Some.
Oh,
Let's be real.
Oh my God,
I'm
we are
sure
just
you've
really
done
going
more.
in right now. Oh shit. We have topics to talk about, Boo.
We do.
We
Did
got
you want
some,
to start it off?
yeah, we do. We had some news topics that I thought were very interesting. I'm motioning people to come on in. Look at this beautiful. Look at this. Is this an interracial? Come on in and get some food. We got an older interracial couple outside looking at us right now. How nice! Oh my God! Oh,
Come on in.
Come on in. We're
Come
a
on
full
in.
functioning restaurant. We are eating food.
Hey, how are you?
We are drinking, and we have a live podcast right now called Trans Talk, and we just want you to come on in and hang out with us. Oh man, so this is great. So we have some topics that we want to discuss. A lot's going on in the trans community.
Yeah.
Were you just about to take some chicken, Boo? I know you love your chicken. I seen you. I was look at you. You got caught.
Yes.
What was the first topic? We'll get into it, and we can weigh in on it.
I think we're gonna talk about the Julia Roberts.
Julia Roberts.
Yeah, she's standing behind this team that's fighting against Trump's anti-trans laws.
Okay. Now
yeah.
Julia Roberts is white.
She is white.
The
She's
famous
an
actress.
actress.
I love Julia Roberts.
She's also one of people's most beautiful people for like the 5th time or something.
She
this
is.
year.
She is wonderful. I love Julia Roberts. I don't think you'd
She's
have.
gorgeous.
She's gorgeous, but she ain't 5 times most beautiful time people.
yeah.
But she alright.
She's standing behind transgender teenager Mikkel Johnson to protest Donald Trump. They actually met at last year's lesbian and gay straight education, the Glesson's Respect Awards, and Roberts stood beside Johnson on stage.
And Johnson is a student, or I guess just a young person.
He's a young teenager. He's a young trans.
And he's protesting Donald Trump, and Julia Roberts is standing behind him. And that's
what
great.
she said was that Miguel, like all students I meet there, is smart, kind, and incredibly brave to live their life openly and honestly at such a young age.
Listen, even if you don't agree, with everything within the trans community, which is completely, you're right, we live in a free country, and that's completely fine. You gotta admit, it is something to be able to live your life freely and courageously.
And there are people out there that say, like, there's certain ages that are too young, but, after, like, a lot of research and, like, hearing, like, a lot of parents of young kids talk about it, what they say is that, the difference between your child wanting to, like, oh, I want to play with a doll today, or, oh, I want to, like, playing dress up, like all kids play dress up or whatever.
Right.
Like, but there's a difference between that and waking up and saying, mommy, I am a girl, or mommy,
right.
I am like, there's a difference with that. Like, if the kid keeps saying that over and over, and you take them to a therapist, and the therapist is confirming it, like, there's like a point where, like, you have to realize that, like, it's okay. If they realize the whole burden, and they, as this little kid, want to go and, like, keep going, and they don't care, like, what anybody says, like,
right.
There's at a certain point, like, you have to respect it and go with it,
Folks, listen, if you're tuning in, or if you're tuning in live, or if you're listening to our podcast, we want your feedback. What do you think?
It might not be for you. You might not understand it, but it's a little kid, and, like, or it's a teenager or whatever. Like, it's a young person, and they're already going through enough. You're going through enough with adolescence and growing up, and trying to like live your life, but to add that on top of it, and just also know like how many young kids are killing themselves because of the hate that you're giving them.
We like to pose a question out there. What would you do if your child came out as trans? And we'll say as an early. How about an early age? Because that obviously that happens.
Yeah.
I was watching. I don't believe it was 20. It was a Nightline. I think it was Nightline episode where they interviewed families of parents whose kids came out trans at a very early age. The one child that was just so particular, it was just mind-boggling to me. And this is even before we started this podcast, right when I was doing research and trying to understand it more myself. 2 years old was revolting against the parent giving them dolls and dressing them up in girls' clothes, like crying at 2. We're not talking about 30, 40. We're talking about 2 years old. It just wasn't.
Well, the girl, the trans girl, Jazz Jennings. That was
Jazz.
She was one of our Trans Wham Thursdays.
Yes.
People.
Every Thursday, folks.
Every Thursday, we pick a different trans person on all of our Trans Talk social media. We post the Trans Wham Thank You Thursdays where we acknowledge the person and we shout them out and we give them credit and for all of that they've done.
And this individual, her name is Jazz.
This individual is Jazz Jennings. She's famous. She has a reality show.
Yep.
But it's not a typical. I mean, it's a reality show. It's about her family. It's on the Learning Channel.
Right.
And she's a trans
child.
girl. She's 16 now.
But when it first started,
it started a few years ago. But her parents allowed her to start living her life full time as a girl at 5 years old. At her 5th birthday party, she was able to come out in a girl's bathing suit with all her friends were there, and all of her friends accepted her. And she's gone through school from 5th grade on her whole life, and now she's in high school. And her friends all accept her, and she goes to the
guys. If
she does all of this, and
if you could see, look, please look her up.
It's
you
amazing.
could see,
she's beautiful. She
is a cute little girl.
She does a lot. She does so much to grow up in front of the camera for that, and she's written a book that now is in like a lot of like young kids' classrooms, like kindergarten, 1st grade, like whatever, like that, and the kids can read it. And it's actually helped like a lot of little kids are a lot more understanding of this.
I know it
if
sounds.
They see you usually if like a kid sees you and like me, like I'm trans, but they'll see her and like I've been walking down the street and little girls from wearing I remember one time I was wearing this pink skirt.
Mm-hmm.
It was like a maxi dress or whatever, and it had like a white stripe on it. It was cute, and I was walking down the street and. I walked past this little girl and she's like, "Oh, mommy, I want to dress like her. That's such a pretty pink dress."
Right.
It was just nice, and she was like, "I love your dress. It's so pretty."
If y'all could see this little girl, Jazz, I mean, there's no doubt that she's a girl. I mean,
Jazz
there's
is
no
amazing.
doubt.
And then, she wrote this book, and then she was at like this reading for it and something to defend stuff, and then this person stands up and is like. Starts like saying you're disgusting and you're freaking. How can you say that to
a child?
Kid?
But
and this was like a 50, 60-year-old person. I'm like, are you crazy?
Religious people, conservative people, or even if you're not neither. Let's say you just disagree with it. Okay, fine. What would you have your 5-year-old do? What would you have your 10-year-old do? I'm curious. What would you have them do? You want to force them to play with boys' toys? Is that what you want to do? I mean,
They're gonna wind up having a miserable life. And they might eventually wind up like killing themselves because they're not accepted and you didn't give them up.
How many times have we read stories about parents who, and listen, honestly, my heart goes out to parents too because this is different. If you're from certain type of backgrounds, my heart goes out to you. And these are people who try to force their children into being, just regular, straight, cisgendered, regular.
There's camps out there.
And then the children ended up committing suicide, and then the parents are, regretful.
You hear it all the time.
God, it's a rough. I mean, really, this is a rough conversation, for certain people. But literally, what would you do?
Still, it's hard. Imagine if that was your child. Well, you know what? You can't even because a lot of these people would just kick their child out of the house, and how you could take the child that you
Gave
grew
birth
inside
to.
of you for 9 months, that you gave birth to, that you raised, like how you can kick them out of the house and not accept them. It's just like mind-boggling to me. If you
This-
can't love and accept your child and give them unconditional love, then don't have a child. Don't have it. Because
Wow.
you don't know what is going to happen in that child's life and what is going to come up. Don't have a child if you can't love it unconditionally, regardless of what.
Right.
Don't have it.
I really do. I would love to hear a parent, you know, I
And my mother will,
really
my
would love
mother
to-
will
to-
tell people that. And you've met my
Your
mother.
dad is fantastic.
And my father and my mother, they were both like, don't have a child if, regardless of what.
I would love to hear a parent's alternative. Now, what are you gonna pray? I mean, is that? Listen, we done already talked about praying the gay away. If your child is gay, dog, it ain't nothing you can do
our
to
vice
keep them away
president
from
wanted
dick.
to do that, didn't he?
That's
He-
it.
He totally supported
Mike Pence, I know you.
conversion therapy.
I know you about that shock treatment. I'm telling you, it ain't going down, bro.
And he got that gay face too.
Y'all got stop. Everybody stop saying Mike Pence. I don't believe that. But even hey, Mike, if you are,
Did
then
you
that's
see
cool
that
too.
meme of him? And it's like there's this
With the
younger gay
lipstick
guy
and
that
shit?
looks like him, and it's like
I'm
somebody
not
found
saying
him.
that Mike Pence. I don't know what you are.
Somebody found him in
I can tell you right
an old
now.
picture of Mike Pence.
I listen. I can tell you, you're not changing.
I can't hang out
You're
with
not gonna
Jimmy,
force
but
your
my
child
wife.
to like
Okay.
vagina if they like male ass. I don't really know how else to say it. It's just not going to happen. Let him. Well,
JC.
I don't have a romantic way to say it. If your son likes booty,
You
that's
don't have
it.
a romantic way to say a lot of things.
But yeah, you know, these kids. This is we're not talking about people who transition later in life. We're talking about children. You know, actually, I would love to have a trans child on the show. I think that would be really awesome. We might be able to actually, right?
Amory was telling us.
We were
about
talking to one of our contacts, Amory Castillo, a comic and a friend of the show.
Amazing. girl.
She
Yeah,
actually
her
made
new
she made a
movie, Stay
contact
in
with
My
a really beautiful, you know, really great energy, like a kid, a young teenager.
Yeah.
And she
When she was on a train, or was it a train?
some type of, I don't know if it was a gig or whatever, but she met this girl and she had none positive things. We might have a trans child on the show. This is just, listen, my mind is expanding. I'm telling you, I cannot tell you how much I'm expanding. I come from a Christian
You've come
conservative.
so far.
God,
I can't
if
even
you
believe
knew
it.
the stuff we used to say about trans people and gay people, oh my goodness. And now I done fucked. Ooh, I can't tell you the things I have, the
And now
freaking
half
things
the
I've
comedy
done.
community thinks you
Oh my
slept with
goodness.
me over and over and over again.
Half of y'all think me and Dina fucking.
Even if I have a boyfriend, I've said it 800 times, and people still think that, like.
Listen, I'm gonna tell y'all right now, if Jesus is not down, I'm going straight to. I'm driving the bus to hell. I'm gonna tell you that right now. It ain't even a doubt about it. Fuck
You'd-
that, and going to hell. I got my own apartment complex in
You'd
hell,
be too
y'all.
scattered to get the bus there. Your mind is always somewhere else.
Great. So good for Julia Roberts in supporting this trans teen, and you know, I guess she's more so she's the trans Johnson is I guess he's protesting Trump's stance against.
Yeah, Trump's anti-transgender agenda. He
Agenda,
officially
right.
rescinded protections against trans students in public schools.
Good for you, Julia Roberts. Okay, what's the next story, bro?
The next story is Drag Race. The contestant that came out. as
RuPaul's
trans.
Drag Race.
Yes, RuPaul's Drag Race. It's on.
And
It's
by
on
the way,
HBO.
if I may, RuPaul defended use of the word tranny. How about that? Huh? RuPaul, who is on the spectrum at the very least. I mean, yes,
He's a
RuPaul's
drag queen.
RuPaul's a drag queen performer, so I don't know. I wouldn't necessarily say that they're trans, but if you a drag queen, you are on the spectrum, aren't you? I don't know.
Well, I mean, you would be like a cross dress, like a.
Well, okay, you're a
No, you're not.
well,
Like
not
you're
really
a drag,
cross-dressed, you're a
drag
drag
You're a
queen.
performance
You're a drag
artist. You're
queen.
dressing up for performance.
You're a performance
reasons.
artist, but come on, hey, you a man that dresses up in women's clothes, you on the spectrum. We ain't mad at you, RuPaul. We would love to have you on the show.
Yeah,
whatever
I
you
love
are.
RuPaul. I totally have nothing.
And RuPaul, said, hey, listen, gay people, trans people, they use the word
If
tranny.
you can love
can't-
yourself, how are you gonna love somebody else?
That's her thing. And then
Can I get an amen?
you can't just ban everything. It's context. RuPaul said it is about context, and she loves the word tranny. So again,
it is
context.
all about context. There's a lot of things.
I can't stand these social justice warriors and trying to ban words. You can't ban a word from my mind. Oh, so I'm thinking it, but you're going to stop me from saying it? Anyway, RuPaul's Drag Race. What is the contestant's name?
Peppermint.
Peppermint.
She is she's a big drag queen in New York City. She does a lot of shows here. I've known her for a long time, like throughout the scene, and I mean, I'm not like I'm not like close friends with her, but whenever I see her out, like we say hi, we're nice. She always remembers me. She gives me a huge hug.
You gotta tweet
she's
Peppermint.
super
Let's
sweet.
see if
She's
we can
nice.
have Peppermint on the show.
Yeah, I think we're friends on Facebook.
Yeah, that would be fantastic. Peppermint, we would love to have you. So Peppermint,
She's amazing. I'd love to have her on. She came out as trans this past episode on the show, and
that made news.
It was on Friday night's episode. The topic came up after a fellow contestant declared that gender is over during a conversation about masculinity and femininity.
Right.
And it was actually through Peppermint said that it was actually through her drag that she realized her transness, and she said, I'm trans, I'm a trans woman.
Everybody peep what Dina is saying. So now this is a different situation than what we were just talking about with the children. So now this is why people get very confused, trans community, because there's a lot of different levels to this, if you will. I'm not putting it romantically again.
Well,
I'm probably not saying it, but
back in the beginning of my transition, when I was super androgynous, I started going out. Then I had quite a few drag queen friends, and I'm still friends with now a lot of them, that I actually credit with like really helping me realize who I really was, because they like helped me with my makeup for the first time, beat my face, like they taught me like a lot of stuff, and and like I don't know, I thought like maybe I wanted to be like a drag queen, but I didn't have like the courage to do it, and I was how I get in front of.
You didn't really know
it's a
what.
lot for me to do this show, so it's like very hard to get up in front of people, but being friends with these drag queens, they were like, honey, they're like, you're not a drag queen, they're like, you're a
trans
girl, like you're a trans.
There's levels to this. So there you can, sometimes children it's repulsive. They repel the, I guess the.
I always knew I was different, and I felt different, and I tried to tell people that like at a younger age. Like we talked about this on other episodes, and like
You can come out, as trans.
It was a different time,
as a child,
happy with the life
or
I
in
lived.
Peppermint's case, more as an adult. You kind of realize it as an adult. So, and that's why I respect all the levels. You know what I'm saying? I really do. Sometimes people come out as trans later in life. It's different, but I respect that too. So are they not, valid because she came out trans later in life? That's why. Whatever.
She said that there's a lot of people who think drag queens are not trans and shouldn't be. And she said there's a lot of trans people who think that drag queens have no place in the trans community. She said she really wanted to get to know the other girls before she came out to them, that she was afraid, and how it took her a long time to really sort out her gender.
This is really interesting. This is why I accept everybody. I noticed that people in the LGBT community will shit, or, gay people sometimes will shit on trans people. What is this thing where people, I guess they, in minority groups, shit on other people in minority groups that are not their same,
I don't know.
What is that?
I don't get it. I'm like, you're all fighting for something, and you're all getting come at for getting attacked for something. So why wouldn't
gay
you all,
people
try to stand up?
Gay people, I really don't know how else to say this eloquently. You have I've seen gay men throw shade at trans men. Listen, you put your penis in someone else's asshole.
Oh my God, JC.
Who are you to look down on somebody else?
Honestly.
You put your penis in people's assholes.
Enough.
Should nobody look down on anybody. We all shit and it stinks after you go into the bathroom. Okay, so who are you?
God damn, you don't.
I'm sorry. But it's true. It's just ridiculous that LGBT people would be looking down on the T. You the same. Queer. and I'm not even. That's not insulting, is it? Because it's LGBTQ now, right? For queer or questioning.
Questioning.
It's queer or questioning, though.
Okay,
Thank
all
you.
right.
It's both. Thank you. It's both.
Well, you should,
I'm questioning. I'm definitely on the spot. I got a lot of questions.
I don't think you're questioning
All right.
a lot anymore.
Okay, so that's great. Good for you, Peppermint. We would love to have you on the show.
Love
Okay.
Peppermint. She's always welcome.
And there was another. Okay, so now this our third topic. Of course, we were. You wanted to bring it up. I think it was about Caitlyn a little bit, right? We were talking about Caitlyn Jenner's
Caitlyn Jenner.
new
Well,
memoir.
no, the new memoir. The thing that I was saying is that how people just need to respect her gender and whatever.
Right.
There's a lot of things that you could come at her for.
Okay,
And,
Secrets
you know,
of My Life.
She wrote her new book, The Secrets of My Life, and she spills a lot of stuff on there. The Kardashians.
Let's get into it. Let's talk
have
about
sort
it.
of been coming for her, Chris and Chloe and Kim mainly. Like, you know, it's in the news that it's like, you know, Kim doesn't respect
Caitlyn
the
Jenner.
persona that she's become.
Caitlyn Jenner came out with a book called Secrets
Didn't
of My
you
Life.
Start your career
And
with a sex tape, sweetheart.
Thank you. And Caitlyn is spilling the beans, and Kim Kardashian is
And I'm not coming for them. I love the Kardashians. I
Is
watch
upset.
but still,
Kim
I mean,
Kardashian is
let's be
upset.
real.
She's saying you spilling too much. I guess she's upset. She's like, why'd you have to write a book? Boo! You started your career fucking
Your
on
career
camera.
is sharing your life on television for
Oh
the
my
world to
God.
watch. You're like the first family of reality TV, and you're gonna whatever.
What are some of the things that Caitlyn said? Okay, so one of the things that Caitlyn said in the book.
Well, Caitlyn said. Well, the thing that the Kardashians are coming at her for is that she's saying that Kris Jenner knew the whole time, even before they even had sex. They were married for 23 years. How Kris Jenner knew that she was
This is
trans
where
or
it gets
whatever.
icky, folks. I don't get it. First off,
And the two wives,
Caitlyn was
at least one
cross-dressing.
or two of the wives before Kris have come out and said that they knew. So
one of the two wives
and,
knew
and Caitlyn says that she was on hormones for
in the 80s.
part of the time when she was married to Kris. So
Bruce Jenner
if
was
you were
on hormones in the
then
80s.
Kris would know because I mean your boobs.
Honestly,
and
listen, you should have got a
stuff
divorce
changes.
then. If I'm a betting man, okay, if I'm a betting man,
She
you
was
with
probably
Bruce,
too busy
you-
pissing out her daughters.
you with Bruce, okay? Now
To
Bruce is an
realize.
Olympic champion. Bruce is rich. Okay, Bruce was on the Wheaties box. Remember Bruce Jenner? He was taking hormones in the 80s, and Kris Jenner probably didn't want to give up that lifestyle. Bruce was cross-dressing, and Kris knew about it.
Oh, I mean, in private, not in public.
But in private, he was put. Listen, if
That's
I'm,
what Caitlyn
you are-
says, and
if-
Kris is saying that it was never really happening, and now
No,
like,
she
on
did.
the
She
Kardashian
did
show, but
say
on
it.
the Kardashian show, like just this like past episode or whatever, Caitlyn is saying how she used to take Chris's makeup, and then Kris was like, oh you let me blame the girls, and you were the one taking it, and she's like, yeah, I let them take the blame.
Oh no, that's rough. Now that's rough.
That's a Caitlyn.
Caitlyn, that's rough. Now, wait, Caitlyn was stealing Chris's makeup and then
And then letting Kim and Courtney and Chloe take the blame for it.
Yeah, he really.
And they didn't even know that she had taken it.
All right, this is a rough one, Caitlyn. I don't know. Yeah, he really okay.
She
really wanted to.
wake up.
Oh my goodness. All right, well,
That's
I
what
didn't
we
know
were
that.
just
I didn't
saying.
hear that. But even still, you know, the take care, folks. We appreciate y'all.
Thank you
Come
so
on
much for
back
popping
anytime.
In. Amazing.
We in there.
Please come back every Sunday. 8 o'clock.
Yes. Yeah, that's a rough one. Kris Jenner. Okay, so Kris is saying she didn't know at all. Didn't she? Wasn't she aware of the cross-dressing situation?
I mean, I don't know.
I could have sworn that
she
Kris.
must have known.
What are the audience members?
She still has some of the stuff she still has some of the clothes she said she took from her. Unless
I'ma
she
say
blamed
Kris-
that on the girls.
I'm gonna say
also.
Kris stayed with Bruce for that check, dog. You wasn't about to give up that rich lifestyle, and then when shit hit the fan,
Yeah,
it
but
was
what
like-
about after like Kim got big and like the show was big? She didn't need to stay then.
And that's why they out. That's
No,
you
but
know.
they were like married for like 9 more years after the show came out.
Listen, I'm not mad at Chris. You know, that's got to be tough. I'm not Chris. Honestly, Chris Jenner, I am not mad at you, boo. I really am not. I'm not mad. That's got to be rough. You're right for you to be in a relationship. You married a sister.
Well, she's probably happy now. She's with handsome black Corey, so she's.
Well, that's fine, but I'm just saying that's rough. She was married
He's
to a
like
man.
he's
and
like
transitioned.
20 years younger than her.
Of course. So we're not mad at. Listen, I'm not mad at Caitlyn.
I mean, she looks good, but I mean,
not-
she looks good for her. For age.
Who, Chris?
Yeah.
I think Caitlyn looked better than Chris. If I'm being
I mean,
honest with you.
Caitlyn looks great when she was on that cover and she was in that red car with that red dress. I was like, get it, bitch.
That's fucked up to say that Caitlyn looks better than Chris. But anyway,
Well,
yeah.
what are you gonna do?
Listen, I'm
Guess
not.
then you're buying it.
Oh shit. True. Caitlyn said I'm gonna buy me a home.
Well, I mean, let's be real.
Caitlyn
Chris
said I'm
probably
gonna look.
bought a lot of herself. Also.
Caitlyn said I'm gonna look.
I'm so
I'm gonna
open
be
to
the
this.
best woman in this family. I'm gonna be the best looking woman in this family. Listen, Bill, I'm not mad at Caitlyn for being Republican. I'm really not.
Well, I told you,
really
like, you
not.
know, I think that, you know, she lived her 65 years as a white, wealthy male. So she's only transitioned like 2 years ago. So to adjust your brain, I guess maybe it's harder than that. But what I don't understand is that she voted for Trump when he made it very well known, like, how he felt about stuff. And then now
It is a little foolish.
now she's saying that she has a problem with him, but she's still saying that she doesn't regret voting for him yet. I'm like, what is wrong with you, bitch? Wake
It's a
up.
little foolish. It's a little foolish to, you know, well, see, this is okay. All right. So I want to bring something up really quick. And is this, I hate to say this, but it's kind of like an LGBT thing. I feel like, and maybe it's a minority thing. I feel like if you're certain minorities in society, it's like you have to think a certain way. You have to be a certain type of way. I don't like that. Like, so gays are not allowed to be Republicans. You know, trans people gotta be, you know, on certain political. I don't agree with that. Why can't?
No, I mean, it's a democracy. You can vote for who you want to vote for, but also, I mean.
Well, I know you and I probably disagree on this. You think it's ridiculous. I'm talking more about the principle. Why does every trans person have to be Democrat?
No, I mean, I just think you shouldn't have voted for this moron, but that's
He's an idiot, but just in terms
I
of
mean, I
conservatively
think
speak-
that he gave every possible like.
he did.
reason
Trump
not
gave
to vote
an
for him.
Yeah, Trump gave an.
Like and use like people's
I'm not talking about Trump right now. Trump. Let's put Trump aside for the
Republican, Democrat, be who you want to be. That's why it's a democracy, and that's why you're able to vote for who you want to vote for. That's why we have this system.
I think we have to get out of
That's
this.
why there are two parties. Like, you know, should be able to like who you want to.
I think we have to get out of this.
But I feel like if the person isn't supporting your rights, then like why?
True.
If they're coming out and blatantly saying stuff, then why
you could,
are you voting for them?
You can vote against your interests. I guess
You probably hate yourself then.
I guess what I'm saying is I think we have to get out of it. Dina, what I'm saying is we have to get out of this framework that put people in boxes. Like you gay or you black, so you gotta, you know, vote this way or you gotta be a Democrat. I don't like that. Let people be who they are. I kind of like the fact that Caitlyn Jenner is conservative. You know, so people didn't like the fact that she's against gay marriage and all of that. I ain't mad. I'm not mad.
No, that's a little nuts. Like if you want the gay communities for trans people, then you can.
What's so
protect
good
her
about marriage?
For
I don't like marriage like that. I'm gonna say it. Yeah, I wasn't really for the gay marriage thing. You know why? Because I don't fuck with marriage. I've been
Were you
married.
married?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And shouldn't I know? Shouldn't I know? Marriage is a rough one. It takes a special
especially when you're JC.
it takes a special type of person to be able to make it work, especially in today's to make a marriage work, you gotta be special, boo.
I can't even imagine being married to you. That must have been one goddamn roller coaster.
I put my partners through a lot. Let me just let you know that. My spouse
It's hard just being friends with you. I can't imagine being married to you. That must be a fucking.
It was rough for her.
fucking wild time.
It was rough for her.
And not good.
I'm not for marriage. I'm not gonna lie. So I can't. If I'm not for marriage, I can't be for gay marriage. But hey, that's our opinion. I don't, whatever. It's not that I don't support and love gay people. I support it. I think. Okay, you know what I think? I think that people should be able to have access to basic human rights, whether they're married or not.
I feel like if you're married or not, if you're in a committed relationship and you're together, like, yeah, you should be able to.
I don't think marriage should be the vehicle by which people get rights.
If there are people that have been married like 20, 30, not married even, in a relationship, if you're in a relationship with somebody and you have built a life together and you've been together for like 20 or 30 years or whatever, and you've built a life together, you have a home together, you have all of this stuff together, and one of you gets sick and you're in the hospital, and
then
you're
you're
not
gonna
gonna
get
let
kicked
the
out?
person in because
Agreed.
you're not family, but you
I
are
agree.
the person that's been there and you've built a life with that person. That's crazy.
This is what I'm going to say for the gay community with
insane.
this. This is what I'm going to say for this. Do you think that's the reason? Do you think that's the reason why gays went so hard for marriage, is because they were getting treated like that?
No,
with
also
their
you're
loved
not
ones?
getting treated equally. Like, you want
Right.
to have the same rights. Like, maybe you want to have your parent walk you down the aisle, or you want to say I do. You want to do that. Like, so I feel like that's what it is.
Joe, the owner here at 335. What was that, Joe? You made a point. You said you wanted to. Let me
should
talk
just
this
be
out on air,
treated
Joe, because I don't think
completely
people are hearing
equal.
you. Let me. So Joe is saying that it's about equal
Tax
rights,
stuff.
the tax shelters, and being able to have access to the benefits that the government gives through the marriage relationship. And I understand that. And my point is, the government should not be extending rights through marriage. Like, what if I, am with a partner and I don't want to get married? Listen, you done forced a whole bunch of gay people to get married that didn't really
No, I don't
want
think
to
anybody's
get
getting
married to
They
their
wanna
partner in the
they're
first
not gonna do
place.
that. You're not gonna get married if you don't want to get married.
It's some gay people out there like,
Shut
oh
up.
shit, I gotta marry this bitch.
No, they could have gotten a civil union. They didn't want it to be called a civil union. They wanted it to be called marriage, because it's not. So
you just wanted it to
marriage
be
is between
called
a man and a
marriage.
woman because you have to produce a baby. Oh, please. There's plenty of women out there that can't have babies, and there's plenty of married couples out there that don't have babies. So it's not. You can't tell me that marriage is for.
I think marriage
reproduction.
should be left up to the religious traditionalists. I think it's always been a religious traditional institution, and that's who it should be left up to people who want to have a monogamous, boring relationship where you never fuck anybody else, and it's just a man and a woman, and it's just y'all. I think those are the only people who should be able to get married. Anybody else who wants to have fun and be an interesting person, I think you should have access to rights too.
If only you're taking your own advice.
I am taking my own advice. I will never get married again. That shit was the worst. I am taking it. You think I'm not taking my own advice? It was a horrible situation.
You're kidding me.
I am not joking.
I've heard some crazy stories.
About what?
No, I'm just kidding with you.
If my wife could listen, my wife wanted to punch my mother in the face. That's how bad she wanted to burn my whole family down. Oh God! Listen, anyway, we're not going to talk about her.
You must have done some shit.
And it wasn't done some shit. I said this is done. I cut that shit off quick. I was like, all right, this is over. I was done with time. I am a tyrant to be in a relationship.
I know. I work with you for the show. No,
I am a tyrant.
I've
man.
told you. Yeah.
Oh God, we've
No,
covered
you're
a little
amazing.
ground. But back to Caitlin. Caitlin, don't mind that you have conservative views, and I mean this with all my heart. We're gonna keep tweeting at you, but we would love for you to come down and talk some real shit with us.
Even though I don't quite agree with.
I
all
do
of your
agree with some of the
views.
things with you. I do think that you crazy, but I
people
fuck
should
with you.
respect you and you are a woman, and that you should be on our show. We do think you're
we
super
disagree.
interesting.
Listen, Caitlin, Dina's trans, and she don't fuck with you. I love you, boo. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
I'm not
fuck with
against
Caitlin.
her. I'm supporting her. I said the people that want to come for her, there's a lot of stupid shit that she's done. Don't come for her gender or her name. She is
Now, that is a
Caitlyn,
good
and she is a
point.
female, and that's what it is.
That is
okay. Don't
definitely
say
agree with
that's
that.
a man in a wig, something with a dick or whatever. No, A, she had the surgery. She's already said that, and B, like, wake up, stupid.
Right, because a lot of people said
She
if
looks
she,
way better than half of you anyway else.
a lot of people
Same
said
thing
that
I
if
said before.
a lot of people said that if Caitlyn does not take her penis off, then she's not a real
She's
woman.
had it.
And then she took it off, and y'all still
She's
throwing
not
shit.
going to talk about it, but she's had it. She's talked about it in the
She said it in the
she's not gonna
memoir.
keep
What?
talking about it.
Fine, but we don't care about your penises going anywhere. We don't care. We're not trying to talk about that. We just want to kick it with you. What I'm saying is not just straight people either, Dina. Gay people have been very
Yes, a lot of
transphobic.
I've told you, a lot of my friends, and it's appeared on my Facebook feed and stuff like that. A lot of
Real
the gay
hateful.
community, it's like that, and it's like really not.
just because
it's
they
not
disagree.
fair. Yeah.
Whatever. So Caitlyn, yeah, come on. We want you to come on down and kick it with us, but we got nothing but love for you. I got love for you, boo. Listen, I might let you take me on a date after. I like old white bitches. I have always liked old white bitches. They're the best. I don't give a fuck. Hey, because they didn't have to
Whatever
be.
floats.
They didn't have
your
to be
boat,
tight
Casey,
all their
yeah.
life, and now you get to be an old white bitch. You can just be free, say whatever you want. Y'all, old white and freaky. I know what you. Boo, come through with me. We'll do some things.
I bet you will.
Oh my goodness. All right, we done fucking said. You over here looking like Janet Jackson at the Super Bowl. I'm fucking reckless as hell. This has been a really fun show.
Yes, it has.
You are very opinionated today.
I had
I'm
a really
loving
good
this.
time today. I was feeling it myself.
Look at you. I'm feeling you, boo.
I had to defend my throne, darling.
Defend your throne. Fantastic.
You all wanted me to talk. I talked.
We did. A lot of people been requesting for me to shut the fuck up, which is hard, and for Dina to speak up. And Dina, you did it today. You
I
spoke
talked a lot. I
more.
gave you all what you wanted.
She gave it. Dina, where can people find you if they would
People
like to
can find me on Facebook, Dina Marie Martin, on Instagram at Fabulous Dina Marie, on Snapchat at Fabulous Lady D.
Fantastic. Y'all can find me at JC Best on Facebook, JC _ knows best on Instagram and Twitter. Please follow me. Come to a show. I'm just like this, just the most polite and lovable person you ever met.
Oh, wow. You have a lot in store for you if you follow.
And Trans Talk, you can follow us.
Yeah, please.
Come on in, man. You can follow
What's that?
us.
Yeah, you could follow us on Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter at Trans Talk Radio. On Facebook, we are Trans Talk with JC Best and Dina Marie.
No diggity, no doubt. Come
also-
see us next week, Sunday, I guess it'll be May 7th, 8:00 p.m. We'll be having the wonderful Natasha Dreams will be co-hosting with me.
Wonderful, Natasha Dream.
The wonderful Natasha Dreams. And we'll be here same time, same channel. This has been an awesome episode of Trans Talk.
Thanks
We'll
for
see you next week.
checking us out.
Have a good one. All right, Joe, we out. We still broadcasting live? Okay, this was great. Joe, you still got us on here looking like crazy fools? Yeah.
Bye.
Y'all
We
take
love
care
you all
now.
for coming.
All
Now
right.
we're really out.
Trans Talk.